Barakata Yahweh, Barakata Yahweh Shai, Barakata Yahweh, Barakata Yahweh Shai, Barakata Yahweh, Barakata Yahweh Shai. You know, just want to give all praises once again to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Ruach HaKodesh, double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone that rule well, salutation to the elect, the men that push in this word in sincerity and in all truth. Right, this is a small piece of GMS Trinidad, Brother Koda just doing another sit-down vid. Right, the name of this lesson tonight will be "This Work Will Go On No Matter the Cost." Right, because we know beginning from Apostle Taha all the way down, right, these men laboring in the truth, right, and there are a lot of scoffers, a lot of people talking shit, you know, day in and day out. But what they're doing, they're keeping the hand, you know, to the plow, right, no matter what come against them, right. And this is basically a lesson that the younger men within GMS had to pick up, you know, watching the apostles and so on and so on, right? Because we see that no matter the naysayers or gainsayers, right, that may come up against them, they just, with that one-track mind, just pushing this word in sincerity and in truth, you know, doing the Father's will, right, no matter the cost, no matter whatever they go through. And that is where these men, that is where we as younger men in GMS had to adopt from the apostles too, you know, push this word no matter the cost, no matter what may come up against you, right. This is Luke 9 and 62, right, Luke 9 and 62, and it says, "And Yahushua said unto him, No man having put his hand to the plow and looking back is fit for the kingdom of Yahweh." Right? So no man come into this truth, right, and preaching the word, beating and teaching the word, and then pull back, right? No way you fit for the kingdom, right? No way you're fit for the kingdom, right? And we see that the apostles of Great Millstone never took breaks, while IUIC, you know, GOCC, all of these so-called Israelites groups, right, will take breaks and ball, but we're tired, right? But the men of Great Millstone, right, through the rain, the snow, right, they always kept at it, right, and hence waking up Israelites to the four corners of the world through this gospel, right? And that is how we have to be in this truth. We have to be fervent, you know, pushing this word day in and day out, right, in season and out of season. Yeah. You know, because even Nate and these other guys, right, day in and day out, they always talking shit about the apostles, right? Always talking shit about the apostles. But what does the apostles do? The apostles always push this word and cut them with the word, right? That is how you know the true men of Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. Always use the word to cut them, right? Because Nathan and all these other GOCC and all these other upstarts, none of them could come up against the apostles. None of them could stand against the apostles, right? This is Hebrews 10. Hebrews 10 and 38. It says, "Now the just shall live by faith, but if any man draw back, my soul have no pleasure in him. You know? So if you preach in this word and you draw back, right? Basically, Yahweh Shai cast you off, right? Yahweh Shai spit you out his mouth, right? Right? Yahweh Shai have no pleasure in you. That's what the scripture say. You understand? No pleasure. So that is why we had to do this thing, right? Of a contrite heart and be faithful in this thing. You know? Be faithful in this thing. You will have scoffers coming up against you, people threatening to take your life. You know? But hey, we had to push this word. We had to push this word. You know, because the apostles in the ancient days, right? The apostles, the ancient apostles, they went through hell to get this word to us today, right? They went through a lot of hardships to get out this word. And what did they do? They endured straight to the end. You know, they lost their lives, but even so, they still stood uprightly and pushed this word, right? Hence the reason why we could get this word here today, right? To understand that the end times is upon us, you know, to understand the mystery and the history concerning these scriptures, you know. We had to push this word. We had to push this word. You know, so let's get a scripture in 2 Corinthians. Push this word in season and out of season. Alright, this is 2 Corinthians 11. I'll start at 23. Alright, it says, I'll start at 22. Are they Hebrews? So am I. Are they Israelites? So am I. Are they the seed of Abraham? So am I. Reading on, it says, are they ministers of Yahweh Shai? I speak as a fool. I am more. In labor, more abundant. In stripes, above measure. In prison, more frequently. In deaths, more often. Right? There's just a summary of the things that Paul went through on his journey with this word. You know, bringing out this word. This is just a summary of what he went through. Right? In 24 it says, of the Jews 5 times receive I 40 stripes, save one. Thrice was I beaten with rods, once was I stoned, thrice I suffered shipwreck. A night and a day I have been in the deep, in journeys often, in perils of water, in perils of robbers, in perils by my own countrymen, in perils by the heathen, in perils in the city, in perils in the wilderness, in perils in the sea, in perils among false brethren, in weariness, in painfulness, in watching often, in hunger and in thirst, in fasting often, in cold and nakedness. Right? These is the things that the Apostle Paul went through. Right? And we being in this truth, hey, we ain't going on, it ain't going to be pixie dust and roses for us either. Right? That is why the scripture say, girdle up your loins as a man. Right? Because this truth ain't nothing to play with. This truth ain't no Nintendo game. You understand? This truth is reality. Right? When you sign on to serve Yahweh Basham Yahweh Shai, it's blood in and blood out. Basically. Blood in, blood out. You know? So by the Spirit of the Most High, you have to basically always pray to endure in this, right? Because as I say, this ain't no kid game, right? This ain't no kid game. World War III is upon us, right? All manner of perils is set before us in the days to come, right? And the true men of Yahweh Basham Yahweh Shai, right? The 144, right? These are men who will push this work no matter the cost, even if the cost be a life, right? Because Yahweh Shai gave us a promise, right? I will read that promise in Revelation 2:10, right? But we have to endure in this because, as I say, it's hard times. This is no kid game, you know. We had to endure in this, right? Basically, it will have men who will seek our lives, who will seek to kill us for this truth, right? Because the Most High died for this, right? Yahweh Shai died for this, and he say, if I have to go through this, right, don't think that Ole will be exempt from it, right? So we had to go through it even unto death. We had to go through it too, right? Let me just get something in Acts very quick. This is Acts 7. I read from 54. Right, Acts 7 and 54, it says, when they heard these things, they were cut to the heart, right? Because that's to show you that the apostles of old wasn't giving the people smooth words, you know, because what the scripture say, it cut them to the heart. You understand? If there was faggots, the apostles of old will let them know, hey, here's a faggot, and you had to turn from that, get them it raw and uncut. You know? Reading on, it says, when they heard these things, they were cut to the heart, right? And they garnish on him with their teeth. But he, being filled with the Holy Spirit, looked up steadfastly into heaven and saw the glory of Yahweh, right? And Yahweh Shai standing on the right hand of Yahweh, and said, behold, I see the heavens open, and the Son of Man standing on the right hand of Yahweh. Then they cried out with a loud voice and stopped their ears, right? The word cut them so much that they're angry, they don't want to hear no more. And that is these 2/3 today, because that is how you 2/3, if any of you listening, right, that is how you 2/3 is gone. When men of the Lord preaching and preaching this word in the highways and byways, that is how all it is gone. You know, quick to get the anger when we tell all you that this white dog was serving Jesus. When we tell all you that there is a dog and that is not the Son of the Most High, right? When we tell all of these things, all they get angry, you know, and want to seek our lives. When we tell all you that these white people are dog, are the disease of this world, right? All they just want to get angry, you know. Yeah. Want to get angry against the prophets and buck up against the prophets, saying all kind of shit, you know, wanting to take our lives for this truth. But hey, happy is the man who loses life for this truth. Happy is the man who loses life for this truth, you know. As I say, the scriptures warn us about these things. So if all they want to take our lives, hey, do what they have to do. At the end of the day, all praises unto the Most High Yahweh Basham Yahweh Shai. it says, then they cried out with a loud voice and stopped their ears and ran upon him with one accord, right? And cast him out of the city and stoned him. And the witnesses laid down their clothes at the young man's feet, whose name was Saul. And they stoned Stephen, calling upon Yahweh, right? Because when they were stoning Stephen for this truth, right, he called upon the Most High, you know. And that is something that we had to be mindful within the perils that we go through. We always have to be mindful to call upon the Most High, you know. Yeah, call upon the Most High, because I saw something once where this person that I know, right, he basically somebody broke into his house and stole his stuff, right? And he's a so-called, he's a Jesus lover. He is only now he calling upon the name Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, right? But at that time, right, when they broke into his place, the first thing he sought was the Obia man, right, to know who did it or whatever is the case, right? And what I'm saying is that if when you in peril, right, the first thing you sought for relief, basically that is like your God. That is like your God. That is why we always have to be mindful to call upon Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai when we're in distress. Even when you're in happiness, always call upon the Most High's name and give praise, give thanks to the Most High, right? Because when we are afflicted, right, is the Most High, right? When joyous times might come upon us, you know, because basically we wouldn't really be joyful in this kingdom, but in between, you know, probably you might save up a piece of money and buy a car. That might be a little joyful time for you, you know, right? But in everything, basically what I'm trying to say, in everything, we have to call upon the Most High's name and give him thanks, right? Why are earth and ashes proud? We are not to be proud in this truth, right? Any man who is proud in this truth, basically you are an enemy of the Most High, because the Most High hate a proud look, right? Reading on, it says, and they stoned Stephen, calling upon Yahweh and saying, Yahweh, receive my spirit. And he kneeled down and cried with a loud voice, Yahweh, lay not this sin to their charge. And when he had said this, he fell asleep, which means he died, right? Yeah. The apostles, the men who had this word in the ancient days went through hell, right? And we today are not exempt from it, right? That is why the Most High say he will try us in the furnace of affliction. And I did a video recently, right? Pray that you are gold and not wood, right? Because where fire does do, it does cleanse, is a cleansing agent. And if you is wood or stubble, it's going to do, it's going to burn you up. You understand? Pray that you are gold and not wood in them days to come, you know. But not to stray too far from the topic, right? We have to push this in all sincerity and in all truth, no matter the cost, right? Even if they might want to put you in prison, right? Flog you, right? Because they have an accounting act, so we say the apostles, they put them in jail, they flog them and tell them not to preach the word. And what they did when they come back out, right, they say to hell with you, right? It is better for me to obey Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai than man. And they went out there preaching the word. You understand? So yeah, And coming into this truth is not pixie dust and roses, right? It's hell you gonna catch in this truth, right? Because this truth is basically the fire that cleansing you and making you into a new person, right? Making you into a person that Yahweh Shai will approve of, right? And it's either you stand straight in this truth or you bend, right? Yeah. Just want to read a second to last precept before I close. Revelation 2 and 10. Right, where it says, Revelation 2 and 10, fear none of those things which thou shalt suffer. Right? So the Most High showing you here that coming into this truth, you will be suffering, you will suffer. Right? But fear not these things. Right? Because Yahweh Shai did suffer. For the sake of the elect, he did suffer. Right? And where is he today? Seated at the right hand of his Father. You know? So fear not for those who overcome the perils to come. Right? Where would you be? Right? Where would you be with Yahweh Shai? Right? Reading on, it says, fear none of those things which thou shalt suffer. Behold, the devil, which talking about Esau here, right, the white man, because he's the devil that is on this earth today, shall cast some of you into prisons. Ye may be tried, and ye shall have tribulation 10 days. Right? That is basically going through hell, torment. Understand? Esau pressuring you to denounce the name of the Most High. Right? Torturing you. Right? That is where the scripture telling you here that Esau will be torturing the men of the Most High, trying to get them to give up the Most High name, to denounce the Most High name, and to say that Esau is God or whatever is the case. Right? But being in this truth, we had to pray to the Most High that we stand firm in this truth. Right? Pray that the Most High plant your feet firm in this truth and put on roots. You know, that you're able to put on roots in this truth. You know, that when the temptation come, when the tribulation, when that fire come, right, that basically you will stand. When that flood come, because we go with the scripture say the enemy will come in like a flood. Right? When that flood come, that your roots so deep in this word, right, that your faith so big in Yahweh Basham Yahweh Shai, that you will stand in this. Right? Reading on, it says, ye shall have tribulation 10 days. Be thou faithful even unto death, and I will give thee a crown of life. That is the promise. Right? Most High promised to give you life. Right? So stand firm in this truth. This is 1 Peter 3. I'll start at 13. It says, and who is he that will harm you, if ye be followers of that which is good? Right? And who is good? Yahweh is good. Right? Yahweh ways are good. Yahweh laws, the laws that he set down for us to follow, is good. Right? So that is why we have to follow in what is good. Reading on, but and if ye suffer for righteousness' sake, happy are ye. Happy are ye. Happy are the men that suffer for righteousness' sake and stand strong within it. Right? And be not afraid of their terror, neither be troubled. Right? So it's showing you that Esau will come terrifying unto those who believe in Yahweh Basham Yahweh Shai, but we ought not to fear he. We ought to fear Yahweh Basham Yahweh Shai. And we say, the fear of the Lord, man depart from evil. Reading on verse 15, but sanctify Yahweh Basham Yahweh Shai in your hearts, and be ready always to give an answer to every man that asketh you a reason of the hope that is in you with meekness and fear, having a good conscience, that whereas they speak evil of you as the evildoers, they may be ashamed that falsely accuse your good conversation in Yahweh Shai HaMashiach. Right? Verse 17, it says, for it is better if the will of Yahweh be so that ye suffer for the well-doing than for evil-doing. Let me read that over. For it is better if the will of Yahweh be so that ye suffer for the well-doing, right, than for evil-doing. Right? So yeah, there's a good thing in the Most High eyes that we suffer for righteousness' sake, that we suffer for this truth. Right? It is pleasing to the Most High to see his men stand firm for this truth. Right? And that is why I say to all you scoffers and you so-called Israelite camp that want to come up against the apostles of Great Millstone, the men who the Most High set up, right, to basically raise the house of David once again, right? The Most High gonna put all it to shame by these same men that all you scoffing at, by these same men that all you talking shit of. You understand? So yeah, no matter the cost, push this truth. You understand? Whether your flesh willing away in your body or wherever is the case, push this truth even unto death. Right? So with that, I hope this was edificational to the elect and to those listening. Right? Dash double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone that rule well. This is the year of prophecy 2018, right? And we are Hebrew Israelites, right? Not black Hebrew Israelites. We are Hebrew Israelites, right? According to the spirit of Yahweh Basham Yahweh Shai. So once again, I want to say shalom to the elect. Until next time.